We are just south of Pioneer Square here in the great northwest city of Seattle at newly named Lumen Field, home of the 12s. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Seattle Seahawks. The kicker, Will Reichard, has the ball on the tee. And off we go from Seattle. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Let's go! Ready, ready.
Now a run. Here's the first-round pick from April's draft. And some room to run now. Inside the 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Ashton Jeanty, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are on the board first here this afternoon.
Well, they said they wanted to have some explosive runs. How about that one to start the game?
I would say on the defensive sideline, there's a lot to answer for. Because you spend all week saying, stop the run. I don't care who you're playing. You don't want to get run over. You don't want to get run past. And they have both. Over-committing in the secondary, and he just went stepping past them and is still running, essentially.
One play, and he hits pay dirt.
Michael Dixon to kick
the
off.
kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together. They'll run. This is Jordan Mason. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. A great play by Derek Hall to drop him behind the line of scrimmage. Working out of the gun is McCarthy. And that will going to be off target and incomplete.
Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. And now that brings up 4th down there. A loss of 6 yards on the sack. And here's Ryan Wright now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Seahawk football 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's a 2nd down and 6.
Well, they go with a tight end carry. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. He'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down.
On play action, they'll throw. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
He didn't like what he saw downfield, decided his best course of action was to take off and run. And that ended up being a gamble that did not pay off for him. Now they would have to gamble again if they want to keep this series going.
The Seahawks will call on Michael Dixon on 4th down to punt this one away.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of 1st downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 1st downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
Yeah, they held them to well under 200 yards of total offense, and in today's NFL, that's a feat to be proud of, especially with the emphasis on offense and what we're seeing each and every week, that great creativity and usual productivity.
Now McCarthy. Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete.
Maybe that ball's 2 yards shorter. It's going to give them the lead because you have a receiver running free there. That's a tough one to miss on.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. And he's going to have the 1st down as he's marked down just shy of the 20. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
And what a weapon to have when you can use your quarterback as a short yardage runner and pick up 1st downs.
Throwing is McCarthy.
Seahawks defense gets to him and they bring him down. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down.
From the shotgun, McCarthy. And that's going to be incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
To the air with McCarthy. Finds his man. There's Jordan Addison.
Oh, what a juke into space. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. 2 1st downs have them up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. They'll send the big tight end in motion right.
Mason going to get it on 1st down.
reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
You talk about this Seahawk defense.
And this unit, very tough to throw against, currently 2nd best in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, it'd easily move into the top 5.
This one swung out here to Jones.
Fighting through, and he's got space. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Looking to throw McCarthy. This is caught by Addison.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Straight ahead, here's Mason.
Now he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown.
Jordan Mason.
His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. And it's no good. He missed it. And the game remains tied. Oh, boy. So back even at 6 apiece as the kick's away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. All tied up, 6-6, our score after 1. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
And if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's...
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Vikings pick up the football. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
And it's not just having 2 hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people shielded off. It's so many different things into taking care of it and having ball security. In that case, though, we didn't see it happen.
Following the fumble recovery, McCarthy.
He gets it to Addison.
Touchdown, Vikings!
Jordan Addison.
42 yards. And the Vikings have taken the lead.
Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, He recognized that they were all over that as they continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
Extra point splits the uprights, and they will take a 7-point lead. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
Velus Jones now from his end zone. And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20. Going to get a break here for an injury. Aaron Jones is in some discomfort down on the field. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Ready. 2nd and 10. They'll run. Here comes Genty.
And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds.
80 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. The Seahawks at 10-1 now on the year. And they've certainly found their groove of late. Winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is the best that we've seen them play in a long time, partner. Sky's the limit as far as they're concerned. Their confidence really soaring.
Right back to Genty on first down.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
And this is where coaches sometimes fall into different camps. Your guy just fumbled. It led to a touchdown. Do you stay with him or do you put him in the doghouse? This is definitely a show of confidence here as he's right back out there and carrying the ball again.
2nd down and a little more than a yard here.
Ready. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Going for Evans, but that pass is intercepted.
Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers.
And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
A feather in the cap for the defender, picking off one of the league's better quarterbacks so far this season. And add another feather in the cap for the coaches, too. Excellent game plan, and they had their guys aware of his ability to roll out and how to defend against it.
Here's McCarthy. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get to field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
Now a 2nd and 10. McCarthy, he'll set to throw it.
And this one is incomplete.
And they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
This offense so far on third down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. On play action, McCarthy. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Seahawks have picked it up. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing that danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They run for the first time with Ty Chandler.
Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
McCarthy off the play fake. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, the great coach has said football is a really simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush one, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
Looking left side, that's complete to Oliver. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Yeah, you only get a 1-yard buffer there from the line of scrimmage, and he got downfield a little too far, and the flag came out. They need 18 yards here on 3rd down.
Back to throw. McCarthy. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
Like any team playing, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least. If they think a field goal turns out to be the better call here.
And that is no good.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
Okay, break. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Here we go. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
39-yard line.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Panther 60, Panther 60.
They'll look to throw here. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. They'll go for a gain of 7.
And that will bring up second down.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
Now 2nd and 3.
Here we go. Let's go.
Now back to throw.
His throw complete right side to the Tiger and Parham.
And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 15-yard line.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Let's go now. 60 Eagle. 60 Eagle. Ready?
They go play action here on 1st down. On the move to his left. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
I haven't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a 1st-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the 1st down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried running through their entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
Ready, set.
A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal.
19 Tiger, 19.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown.
Ashton Jeanty.
He scored on the ground and through the air.
And the Seahawks are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
Tucker with the extra point. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime.
Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
All square now at 13-all as he sends this one away.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw.
Looks again for T.J. Hockenson, and he's got him again.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Give him back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another 1st down.
McCarthy operating from the gun.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
And now an audible here into something else.
Back to throw again.
That's complete to Chandler on the check down.
Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. McCarthy going to throw again.
Oh, he's going to go for it all.
And this one dropped in the end zone. Looked like a touchdown, but not to be. And now it's 4th down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Well, let's see. Yeah, the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11.
They'll indeed go. Here's McCarthy.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And that will force a turnover on downs.
Got it. Ready?
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together.
Now the defense loses him. It's complete. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
Well, that didn't take long. 1 play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation.
A give out of the gun to Genty.
And he will not be denied. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks.
Ashton Genty
on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Seahawks will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead.
Michael Dixon, the kickoff for Seattle.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
They'll go play action. Here's McCarthy. Pass complete to Addison.
Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 37 yards.
Okay, ready?
A final shot before break. McCarthy. A dump off for Mason. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL
on EA Sports.
Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
On play action, now McCarthy.
Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
Third down from the gun, McCarthy.
He's got Mason complete. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on third down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
On the give, it's Mason.
And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
To the air with McCarthy. Open man, that's Felton.
A swift move and then tackled just on the other side of midfield.
A gain of 6 yards. And it's third down.
They'll come up now, 3rd and 3. Throwing is McCarthy.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Now the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
Going for it. Here's McCarthy.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
Cowboy 80.
Now a play fake here on first down. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Here's 2nd and 10. On the give, Genty.
And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Here comes 3rd down and 7.
Panther 11. Panther 11. Hey. 70 Timberwolf.
He'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And that'll skip out of bounds inside the 20 at the 17-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on 4th down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride, the offense, this go-around.
Now McCarthy.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield of man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays just like that one we saw there.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
3rd down, here's Mason.
That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
I see a shake in the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Beckham, the return. That'll go down as just a 20-yard punt. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field.
Let's go now. Go.
He'll come out throwing here on 1st down.
Quick throw, finding Mike Evans.
This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
2nd and a couple.
Here we go. Set. Ready.
A run out of the gun with Genty. Oh, fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. 112 yards rushing for him now as his fine rookie season continues.
1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Here's a toss to Genty, headed right.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. How about Jonathan Allen there, pushing upfield to make the stop behind the line. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. They'll set up to throw.
And he slings one that's incomplete.
Well, those two have hooked up for a touchdown once already in this game, that time unable to find the completion.
Yeah, it just appeared they wanted to get him out into open space and try and get him the football. As you mentioned, unable to connect.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They'll drop the throw. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it.
Get it. 60 Vikings, 60 Vikings.
And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout. And that's going to leave them with just one timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down.
Ready.
They're going to look to throw. And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So they'll trudge off the field with a bitter taste in their mouths after that failed 4th down conversion.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of analysis there on the sidelines. Was it the right call? Was it against the right defense? Should they have even gone for it at all? Will that change what they do going forward in this game? A lot of questions to be answered by them. The defense doesn't really care. They're like, bring it on again. We'll stop you the next time, too.
Looking to throw McCarthy. That's complete to Justin Jefferson.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
On the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the 13-yard line.
On play action, McCarthy.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by James Bradbury.
And the Seahawks are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
On the toss, Genty.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
Jeff Okudah up from his quarterback spot to make the play.
He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Once again, it's Genty.
And he's got some space here.
Now he's loose again.
And all the way in, touchdown Seattle.
Ashton Genty, 50 yards. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Tucker now to add the point after. And the lead is up to 14.
Next to score, Seahawks 27, Vikings 13. Michael Dixon, the kickoff.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And they'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive, maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down.
Here's McCarthy.
Making the catch. This is the tight end, Oliver. Oh, some strong running. And they do finally get him, but he makes it all the way to the 6. A big play there on the catch and run. 79 yards.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
Here we go, set. 18 Cardinals.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That sure looked like a nice call by the defense, and they're very cohesive in their coverage. As soon as he cut inside, they broke on the football and met him as the ball got there and forced the incompletion.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's second and goal now. Operating from the gun, McCarthy. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. Back row 80. 60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Third and goal, McCarthy.
To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. So now fourth and goal. You're trailing by a decent amount here. What are you doing, Coach Davis?
Well, I've got to think to myself, just how many more opportunities am I going to have this close and have this chance? I've got to go for it right here. The clock's dwindling on me. Let's go get it done.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Rondale Moore.
His first touchdown on the year.
And the Vikings have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the fourth.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Here we go now as we get set for a big two-point conversion.
For the two-point conversion.
McCarthy going to look to throw for it.
And he's got it for the two-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further.
21. Will Riker to kick off
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
Their own 25-yard line.
Okay, ready?
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Their lead back down to one score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10.
And he will finally be escorted out of bounds down inside the 35.
Down inside the 20.
Wow, 204 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
1st and 10 at the 31.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10, down at the 31.
They'll go again with Genty. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line.
First down Seattle on a pickup of 13.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score. Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. And when he can make the play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
Let's go. Trap 6, 19.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2.
He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion, and defensively pure frustration. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run it until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. And it's caught. Touchdown, Seahawks. Ashton Genty from 6 yards away.
And the Seahawks add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
They have to love seeing that from their young quarterback here in the 4th quarter, able to further that lead with a touchdown pass.
He didn't go turtle, did he? And you know what I mean by that. I had an old coach used to say all the time, hey, when we have a lead late, don't just tuck in and try and ride it out. Go out and play and extend the lead. And that's what he did.
The Seahawks will
now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter.
The Seahawks offense staying put out on the field. They're going to go for 2.
70, Panther 60, Panther 60.
They'll try and throw for it. That's caught at the 2. And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion to extend this lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 10. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense.
Derek Hall in there that time to get him to the turf.
That's number 4, sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5.
And here's Ryan Wright now,
as he's on to punt for Minnesota. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. 2nd and 9 now from the 21.
Let's go now. 70 Timberwolves.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
He'll drop this underneath for Genty.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Let's go. 60 even, 60 even.
On 1st down, it's Genty. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard.
Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
2nd down and 8.
Buffalo 18. Cowboy 80. Ready.
Back to throw here. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13. Now back to throw.
They'll get this out to Genty.
And boy, he is very close to a first down. But from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Well, it wasn't a big strike. but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
19.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
They'll run for it with Charbonnet.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on 4th. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee.
So it's a win for the Seahawks here. And it was their quarterback who led the way, Charles. Pretty impressive play for a rookie.
Yeah, what struck me was how composed he was in the pocket. The numbers weren't spectacular. He had 2 touchdown passes, that's it. But he led his guys on some important drives when they needed it most, and they're going to come away with the victory.
So for the Seahawks, they continue to keep pace for that first-round bye as they move to 11-1. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, not much more to say. They dropped to 1-11. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.